Claire stood in front of the door, the key code panel blinking quietly in the early Oregon fog. 5 years. 5 birthdays. 5 Christmases. 5 years of unanswered questions since Uncle Cyrus vanished from the world without a trace, and left behind a single line in his will. No one is to enter the garage for 5 years, and when you do, let her be the first. Her fingers hovered above the keypad, her breath fogged in the cold morning air. Behind her, gravel crunched. The family had arrived, silent and watching. They all wanted answers, but no one wanted to carry the weight. Claire did, because Cyrus wasn't just her uncle. He was her only real anchor to childhood, to wonder, to belief in the impossible. And this garage, had always felt like a portal waiting to open. She typed the code. The light blinked green. A faint click. And as the door rolled open with a groan, a chill ran down her spine. Something had been waiting. Claire used to think Uncle Cyrus was part machine. As a child, she'd tiptoed down to the basement where copper pipes pulsed like veins and walls whispered with whirring gears. He never needed sleep, at least not in the conventional sense. Sometimes she'd wake to find him hunched over his workbench at dawn, his white hair wild as static, eyes glowing with some inner electricity. He spoke in riddles, drew diagrams on napkins. Once, he gave her a music box that played backwards and claimed it was tuned to the frequency of regret. Everyone in the family called him brilliant, then muttered strange under their breath, but Claire never doubted him. Not when he swore he'd build a machine to fold memory, or when he told her the garage wasn't just a workshop, but a threshold. She remembered the last time she saw him. He looked tired, haunted almost. "One day you'll understand," he had said, "but it can't be today." And then he disappeared. No funeral, no body, just a will, and a garage locked like a time capsule, and a question that had haunted her ever since. Why her? 5 years was a long time to keep secrets buried. At first, the family tried to honor Cyrus's wishes. Mostly. There were whispers about hidden inventions, buried patents, even government interest. Evan, Claire's younger brother, had once driven all the way from Portland with bolt cutters in the trunk, only to leave after a shouting match in the driveway. Claire had changed the locks the next day, installed cameras, reinforced the garage like it was sacred ground. "He asked us to wait," she said again and again. But as the years passed, the waiting wore thin. Her cousin Lydia believed it was all a wild goose chase, some elaborate game from a man who had lost his grip on reality. Her father, Henry, remained silent. His face hardened every time Cyrus's name came up, as if he carried some private guilt. Meanwhile, Claire watched. She remembered. And she waited, not because she believed Cyrus left behind some miracle, but because she knew he didn't do anything without reason. And if he'd asked for 5 years, then maybe time itself was part of the puzzle. Now, standing before the door as it unlocked with a hiss, Claire realized something chilling. What if today wasn't the end of the wait? What if it was just the beginning? The door lifted slowly, creaking like a tomb sealed by time. For a moment, sunlight struggled to reach the interior, falling against dustless, polished steel. Then, revealed inch by inch, stood something utterly alien to the world outside. Gone were the rusted tool benches, the scent of motor oil and cedar. In their place, silence and light. The space had been transformed. Sleek consoles blinked with blue and amber pulses. Thin cables hung like vines from the ceiling, swaying ever so slightly, as if reacting to breath. At the center stood a cylindrical structure, 10 feet tall, humming faintly with an inner rhythm. Alive almost. It looked new. Impossibly new, not just untouched, but untouched by time. Claire stepped across the threshold and felt it instantly. A pressure shift, like entering another atmosphere. The air was colder, still, too still. Behind her, the others remained quiet, their voices drowned in awe, "Is this some kind of lab?" Evan whispered. Claire didn't answer. Her eyes had locked onto a single object on the floor. A thick envelope, perfectly centered, as if placed for her. Her name was written on it. Her breath caught. Hands trembling, she knelt and opened it. Inside, a letter and a key. Not like any key she'd seen before. Sleek, angular, carved from a metal that shimmered between silver and violet. She didn't know why, but holding it made her feel seen. Like something in this room had been waiting for her. Claire unfolded the letter, the paper thick and oddly warm, like it had been waiting in someone's hand just moments before. "If you're reading this, Claire, it means I was right. I always knew it would be you. The others wouldn't wait. But you understand time, patience, wonder. You've always been both curious and careful. That balance matters more than you know." Her throat tightened. What you see around you is the result of decades of work, trial, error, faith. But it isn't finished, not yet. Because the final piece, Claire, was never a thing. It was you. She looked at the key again. It didn't have teeth like a normal key. Instead, it pulsed faintly in her palm, like a heartbeat. "The moment you hold this, the room will recognize you. It's not just a door you're about to open. It's a system, a message, a legacy. But be warned, once begun, this cannot be undone. What waits beyond is different." Claire exhaled slowly, feeling the weight of the letter press against her ribs. Behind her, someone whispered, "What does it say?" But she didn't answer. The room was already humming. It knew. The key pulsed once, then the entire room responded. A deep hum rose from the floor, low and resonant, like something ancient waking up. Lights flared along the walls, chasing each other in intricate patterns. Screens flickered to life, spewing symbols no one could read. Machines hissed softly, as if exhaling after years of holding their breath. And then, the cylinder in the center began to move. It rotated with a slow, deliberate grind, revealing a previously hidden seam. Panels slid back like petals unfurling. At its core, a circular door emerged, black, seamless, waiting. Claire stepped back, heart pounding. "What the hell is this?" Evan muttered behind her. Suddenly, a sharp chime cut through the air. From above the cylinder, a beam of pale blue light shot upwards, illuminating the space like a lighthouse. And in the center of it, a figure appeared. Hazy at first, then sharp, solid, familiar. Uncle Cyrus. But not as she remembered. Younger, clear-eyed, smiling. A perfect hologram. "Hello, Claire," it said, voice rich with warmth and mischief. "And hello to the rest of you. I suppose you're wondering what this is." He looked right at her. "I hope you're ready, because everything you think you know about this world is about to change." The hologram paused, scanning each face like it was still alive. "You think this world runs on what you can see, touch, measure, but you're wrong. The universe doesn't hide its secrets. We simply stopped asking the right questions." Claire felt a lump in her throat. His voice wasn't a recording, it was a message wrapped in memory, stitched with love and warning. "Behind that door," Cyrus continued, "isn't an invention. It's a choice. Once it opens, you cannot unknow. You cannot return to the person you were before." The room dimmed. The machines grew still. "But if you're hearing this, Claire, then the world I've glimpsed is closer than anyone imagined." The hologram leaned slightly forward. "You've always had the key. The question is, do you have the courage to use it?" Then, silence. The light cut out. The room went black for a moment that stretched forever. Claire turned slowly toward the door. Her hand closed around the key again, and the screen faded to black. Would you open the door? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to see what lies beyond, don't forget to subscribe.